What is up, everybody? It's the Oracle at Motion here, doing a New Year's reading for my Pisces. So, the first card that you get, the Oracle card, is kind of where you need to focus this whole year, and it is perception. As you can see there's this white buffalo, and the white buffalo is in the background in the universe. Then there's this other white buffalo here, and then there's this smaller white buffalo there. So white buffaloes in Native American culture are extreme, like they're a sign of a good omen. And to me, this perception card speaks of that there's this good omen inside a good omen inside of a good omen inside of a good omen. And when you really, really look at everything with the right attitude and mindset, you have a lot more blessings. And the more blessings that you are aware of, the more blessings that you get. And I've kind of tied this together with this sigil of attitude. And when we shift our attitude to an attitude of gratitude and live within gratitude, we have more to be grateful for, and that will alter our perception even more so. I kind of view the whole spiritual path like this snowball effect. So initially we're kind of like Sisyphus trying to push this boulder up a hill and continuing to fall. But at some point, everything clicks. And then it starts to roll in your favor, and it gains momentum in the right direction, the direction that you want it to go. And one of the things that kind of helps that favor in your direction is gratitude, and the attitude of gratitude, and your perception of everything. And then to further illuminate the perception card, so you have these whites, which is like purity of spirit, have the perception of purity of yourself, of others. Then you have these light blues, which is speak of your perception in this clear and concise way, because it's kind of like a clear sky image. Then you have these darker blues, which is clean your lens of your third eye, so you have a better intuitive perception. And then you have this white owl above the white buffalo, which is about kind of having that perception of being able to see through the dark and see the true nature of things through the darkness. I'm going to shuffle these cards for your for your yearly reading. Wow. Fumbles McGee over here. And while I'm doing that, I want to take this opportunity to ask you to like this video, subscribe to this channel, because I'll be around for a while. And if you want to either get a personal reading or donate to this via Patreon, Venmo, PayPal, any of that good stuff, a link is below. I do this podcast on Anchor and other podcasting platforms. I write a blog about magic. I have all sorts of good stuff for you to check out if you dig my vibe. So, very first card for my Pisces, where can you benefit? You have the Two of Bones, and this is about looking at yourself in the mirror. This person is kind of seeing this distorted image. You have to clear up that distorted image, get a deeper understanding. Two of Bones is Two of Swords in traditional tarot. Swords are all about mind. And it's interesting how we're talking about perception and mind. So where you can benefit is getting a more accurate perception of yourself. One of the better ways to do that is to really sit down and do a personal internal inventory of defects, assets, looking at yourself in totality, and asking other people to kind of verify some of it. The other thing about this card is there's a lot of butterflies and dragonflies in the card. That's really all about transformation and change. Notice that you are changing, you are transforming. And then there's these lilies or lotuses in the background, and lotuses are signs of enlightenment. You need to benefit by understanding that you are slowly progressing. Things are changing in your favor. Sometimes we're the last to see that in ourselves. So what do you need to think about? You have the Page of Stones. Stones are about healing or water and emotions, rather. And this one to me is kind of about Sitting and resting and nurturing your emotions, the water behind this young man is placid and tranquil. There's a little monkey that he's showing a necklace to, which is kind of connecting with your inner child, connecting with that like gentle, juvenile animal sense of yourself, that playfulness, kind of benefit from playing. One of the things that somebody told me at one point is that one of the best ways to heal is to connect with things that we did when we were younger. So one of the best ways to kind of heal your perception of reality and things is go back to things that you used to enjoy that you might have left by the wayside at one point. And that will definitely shift your attitude, like this sigil here. So what do you need to do is the next card. You have 17, the star card. You need to align your perception to a place where you can see the greater path and follow your calling. So a lot of times, because we're afraid of following our calling, we're worried about what people will say about us, we're worried about if we fail, we're worried about this, that, and the other. We don't actually push ourselves to go where we want to go. We give up. The road is too hard and too long, and we'll never make it. Part of the perception of it is Les Brown, maybe it wasn't Les Brown, but anyhow, some speaker, a motivational speaker I listened to, was talking about when you look around the world, you have to understand that the world was created and built, everything that we see was built by people that are no smarter than us, and we're doing ourselves a disservice by selling ourselves short. People might have cultivated the intelligence and dedicated the time to it, but you're just as capable of doing so. And the number one person who will create or destroy your success is you and your own perception of yourself and your attitude and your ability to follow through with what you want. So change your perception and follow your divine path. The attitude will make a big difference. Playing will lighten the load, and ultimately that will even change how you see yourself. The challenge. So the challenge of all of this is not using too much force, because we have 8 strength card, and in this one it's a bear kind of smashing the medicine wheel. So it's not exerting too much force in one sense, and then the other sense of this is the challenge is maybe you feeling like you're not strong enough to do the work. Here's the thing. If it's your path and the universe is calling you, you are absolutely capable of doing it. Strength isn't what's required. What's required is faith, patience, persistence, and dedication to it. And this is something that Les Brown said. So what if what you think is your calling isn't your calling, and you put in all this effort and you don't get it? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter, because all the energy and everything that you put into it along the way is what's really mattered. Because once you've learned to cultivate yourself to such a deep level, once you learn to create your reality to such a deep level, you can go on and do anything and be successful. It's more valuable than a college degree. It's more valuable than anything, because once you become a self-made person, you're unstoppable. You're as Gordon White would say, you've become invincible in a sense. And with that, I really hit the nail on the head. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, change your perception, people. So you have to understand that the perception of it is, you don't have to be strong to get it. You got to be dedicated. You have to change your perception to understand that you have to follow this path no matter how difficult it may be. You got to change your perception and start to play more. Quit working so much. Have fun. You got to change your perception of yourself and recognize that you probably don't know yourself as good as you think you do. Have an attitude of gratitude. Everything will blossom from that. And look for the miracle inside the miracle, inside the miracle, inside the miracle. And you can cue the echo of inside the miracle as I close out. Peace.